Hello Marvel Rivals fans, this is Life and this is Life Lessons Competitive, where you will learn how to compete in Marvel Rivals. The new duelist hero Moon Knight was recently revealed, and we have some footage. While most people will give you information regarding what the character does, here on this channel we will be digging deep beneath the surface to analyze the footage and learn the practical steps we can take to improve our Moon Knight gameplay. It's said that a wise person learns from his mistakes, a wiser one learns from others' mistakes, but the wisest person of all learns from others' successes. Quote by John C. Maxwell. With that being said, what are my initial thoughts of Moon Knight? I think Moon Knight is a great AOE duelist character who's going to help us control space for one. Two, he's going to keep you constantly thinking about the enemy's positioning. Thirdly, I think that he has a lot of opportunities to set up plays for his team. Considering how his Ankh, which is his E skill if you're playing on PC, can help your team via distracting the enemy as well as the different crowd control methods that it enables. He's also got a good handle on taking out mobile heroes as well as flankers because of the fact that you can just throw down your Ankh, attack that, and it will attack all the Spider-Mans who are above you, the Black Panthers who are behind you, and the Magics who are right in your face. On top of that, his E also helps him to pressure angles. He has really good mobility that allows him to get a good bird's eye view of the battlefield. So like I said before, his kit really enables him to see a lot of the battlefield and really keep the enemy's positioning in mind. Before we get into the gameplay, here's a screen to show you all of his abilities and his attacks. So he's gonna start this off. He gets some mobility to kind of see the battlefield, throws his E down. It does get destroyed. That's an important note. It does get destroyed. So now right there you see he misjudged the distance. So definitely want to make sure you understand the distance of the grapple hook. So right there what we saw when he threw the Ankh down, I want to make some small notes right there. So great, you know, getting information. What I would have preferred is if he had come over here instead, because just having that, this character seems to be a really good character for off angles, right? So you can throw the little Ankh maybe behind the enemies or to the side of them, so that way they're having to look at two different angles. And the thing about it is you can actually spam your Ankh from cover. So it's just, all in all, there's a lot of benefit from that. Getting this, you know, view of the battlefield is nice, but there's two things that happens here. You throw down the Ankh, right? You throw down the Ankh, you don't take the high ground. And yeah, you see like Hulk is up here fighting Magneto. You could have essentially like helped out the Magneto as well. But the other thing is you can see right here, the Ankh's about to get destroyed. I don't think it's a good idea to put the Ankh right in front of the enemy team. You want to put it like to the side or behind them, so that way they can't just destroy it immediately. Perhaps even putting it like right here on this side would have been a decent idea. And then you could have spammed the Ankh, hit the Hela, and the rest of the team is back here. So they wouldn't have been able, they would have to push up a little bit just to, she would have had to turn around and they would have had to push up a little bit just to be able to destroy it. But putting it right here for it to get destroyed and then also not taking that high ground position, you know, just not the most optimal decision making. Okay, nice the Hela takes out. That was a good shot. Unfortunately, the our tank, and see, this was actually a really interesting thing, right? I've noticed that the Ankh placement is actually a really good thing for dives. Like Moon Knight in a lot of ways helps out dives because of the fact he can, like I said, he can spam that thing from a distance. So if your Hulk is going in, if you have your E ready, you can just coordinate that with your Hulk and essentially enable him to do basically more damage, long story short. We see the Hulk is on the left side right now. Now he's Bruce Banner, unfortunately. He gets kind of taken out. but we could have coordinated with that Bruce Banner. And see, we threw that there, but we're not even attacking it. So it's just would have been a little bit better. Now, as you can see right here, we got one kill, but then the Moon Knight does the same thing, but hits us in the back. Once again, like I said, just you really want to be mindful of the enemy's position when you're using your abilities. The red Moon Knight threw his Ankh on the left side, and unfortunately, didn't really do too much with it. It actually would have been great if we had waited, threw the Ankh right maybe here, and then use the ultimate, or threw the Ankh right before or after the ultimate, so that way you could like catch their retreat. Also, the fact that, you know, the Hulk went down, they're like, okay, this is our time, let's push. Maybe you could have stopped them from pressing into your team by putting your ult right here, and then, you know, putting the Ankh, you know, to the side or behind them.
Needed that, thanks.
Now, right here, I think this was really good use of his mobility to tactically retreat, basically. So that was good. Getting some solid damage on that, but once again, we really want to take advantage of that that high ground. See right here. Nice. You see right there, that was actually really good on placement. And we look, he goes in the air. Combos with Rocket Raccoon, goes in the air, gets some position. The enemy's right here. We throw it right here. And Hulk is in there, right? Hulk is in there fighting. So basically, Hulk is the distraction. So they're focused on the Hulk right now, not so much you throwing your Ankh down. And as a result, you should be able to get a decent amount of damage. See, that thing is staying alive for a lot longer now. Now they did the Mantis ultimate. Yeah. And yeah, it seems like Moon Knight decided to take the flank on that one while Groot ulted everybody. So they're gonna regroup now.
Back where I started.
He stopped them in their tracks. Keep strong together.
Yeah, you see, they're taking advantage of this high ground. I want to see Red Moon Knight do the same. Like I said, their Hulk keeps going and defending that high ground from them.
Alright, that feels better.
Alright, finally, we're taking the high ground. And you notice, yep, presses him off. Great. Now take the advantage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great combination right there. And you see the our Doctor Strange, so like we're right here, our team's to the left of us, and then we're coming and basically, like I said, holding the flank, not even just holding, but taking advantage of this kind of alternate angle, basically. And as you can see, perfect. It's all about like creating distractions that enable, creating distractions as well as taking advantage of distractions. Like I said, the people who play Moon Knight are going to be really good at understanding the positioning of the enemy team, to ideally exploit that. And as you can see, we have our Doctor Strange. We did that. They're running away. Some of them are running forward. As you can see, the entire blue team basically said, okay, we're going to run forward. And this one decided to run backwards. So realistically speaking, we're isolating them. And then, you know, you have Groot right here. Doctor Strange, bam, hits them all with his ultimate. The Mantis tried to come and save them, but in reality had to run right back through the ultimate just to try to save them. Not the best decision. Yeah, just great play. Groot, last one. Now this right here. Legendary. That was just not a good play. Realistically speaking, the Adam Warlock, as you notice, he has the ability to revive himself. And right here, you see right here, this little yellow figure, this is him. He has the potential to revive himself. He takes that opportunity and then tries to res his team. The problem is, he does it right in everybody's face. And notice, look at his health. He's basically dead already. And the thing about it is, for those of you all who might not know, Adam Warlock can bring his entire team back. But the thing about it is, they don't come back with full health. They come back with a small amount of health that he himself needs to heal. Or, you know, if there's a healer present, they can do that as well. But in this situation, he's the only one. And what ends up happening is he brings them back. He basically has no health. So they're going to come back with hardly any health and no healer to... he has a burst heal, which is great for this ability. But because he's not alive long enough to make it useful, he takes... Everybody ends up getting taken out. And yes, he brings back Mantis, but Mantis is in a similar situation. And her burst heals are not the same as his for an entire team. Essentially what he would do is he would use a skill. He has a skill that essentially links everyone's health together so that they all take the same damage, but also can all be healed when one of them is healed. And yeah, just that's what he would have done if he was still alive. So unfortunately, what he ends up doing is he ends up staggering his team. Because now some of them are alive and some of them aren't. You see Hala came back and she got taken out too. So they would have had a regroup potentially. And maybe even be able to like stop the cart right here. But yeah. So now they're regrouping and getting ready to hold the second point.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
And you see he throws the Ankh right behind the Moon Knight, so he gets some decent damage right there.
Almost can make it again.
And they have the high ground right now. So yeah, that was the Blue Moon Knight. Unfortunately, there was nobody there to actually follow up on that ultimate. So I don't know if that was the best decision making. Right here, I can see an Ankh being thrown behind them. And there we go. So an interesting play happens right here. You notice we got 1 kill on the Mantis, but then the Moon Knight ends up getting 2 kills behind. So basically, realistically speaking, the Moon Knight has been up here basically just whatever he wants. And you can see like there's a lot of 1v2 potential with him because he can hit in AOE. And so you see on the kill screen right here, the elimination part, he took out 2 of them, likely because his dart, you know, the boomerangs or the blades, the crescent darts, they were basically bouncing 9 times out of 10, and he was able to take them out. Maybe these were some vanilla shots, but either way, that's what happened. And unfortunately, this ult from the red Moon Knight did not get to do as much. Meanwhile, the Blue Moon Knight is still just, you see that Ankh? He's just doing, he's getting away with murder at this point.
You're welcome.
Just uncontested right now. And he was just, it was behind him, behind the Moon Knight, but hitting everybody else.
He stopped them in their tracks.
And you can see the Blue Moon Knight's Ankh is still in the ground, has not been touched.
That's me.
And this combination, yeah. Does this remind us of anything? Any Overwatch players? You know, the Graviton Surge and the Pharah Ultimate. And in reality, this one is a bit better than Pharah's Ultimate because of the fact Moon Knight doesn't actually have to be there.
Be your best self.
Really good ultimate from their side.
Someone scratch my back.
A nice deep freeze.
And Moon Knight is just getting so much value, you know? He's just up there, uncontested. Now we see this combination again, instant value. He throws the Ankh behind them. Yep, they're still not paying attention to it.
Surrender your strength. Needed that.
And yep, that was a good one.
You better get a look behind you.
That Moon Knight has not, I don't think that Moon Knight has actually died. Nobody is taking that Moon Knight out, it seems. Yeah, now he's escaped using his mobility 9 times out of 10.
A nice deep freeze.
Now this right here, I want to show you all something very interesting that we're about to notice about Moon Knight and just the role that he plays in this game, right? We know Moon Knight is an AOE damage dealer, not really the strongest single target, because there's just not as much, damage being done as he's bouncing things off. You can fight single targets, but it's just he doesn't have the biggest, sustained burst damage, generally speaking. And you're going to see right here. So shout out to the Doctor Strange. He's trying to shield the entire team from Hela while the Moon Knight, basically beams her down. But it's taking a while.
You're welcome.
And the Hela seems to be trying to move to avoid getting headshot. But yeah, that whole time, and it still wasn't enough to take her down. She drops to the ground and finally gets taken out. So not crazy single target damage. But once again, because his niche is AOE. And this Moon Knight still hasn't died. The Blue Moon Knight.
Someone scratch my back.
I suck.
All right, looks like now would be a perfect time to, throw behind them.
Help.
I think I would have been...
Needed that, thanks.
You really do want to play with your team, though, and set up opportunities for them.
The moon haunts you.
All right. Yeah, see that Moon Knight, once again, using their ultimate, but not really in a position that the team can actually benefit off of it. Whereas, as you can see, this was really good in terms of positioning.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Now, the Doctor Strange didn't need to use his ultimate right there, but it's all right. It is what it is. I would have held on to it. But the Mantis got taken out late. Moon Knight is still not dying yet. The Blue Moon Knight just has not died. That was some good damage.
It ain't cheap. You're welcome.
Needed that, thanks.
Gotta stop that vehicle.
All right, there we go. Honestly, the Groot has been getting so much value. Oh my gosh. The Groot has been getting so much value this round with that ultimate. Absolutely insane team combo. Well, on the bright side, at least they didn't get staggered.
Needed that, thanks.
So right here, you see that? Lovely. Throws the Ankh into that little tight corridor, and they just took so much damage. All right, Adam Warlock brings them out.
Revenge is sort of my specialty. Time to drain.
Now this Ankh right here, it was all right. It was an okay Ankh, but he kind of had to position himself a little bit interestingly just to actually attack it. But yeah, all in all, it's fine. You see the Doctor Strange is over there, essentially creating a portal just to flank the enemies, which is a very interesting utility from the Doctor Strange. Probably somewhere behind Moon Knight, but using the portal to essentially create different angles that they have to worry about.
We are undefeatable.
Needed that, thanks.
Yeah, yep, that was a good ultimate. Took advantage of them trying to retreat.
Only 60 seconds
They need
left.
to back out as much as they possibly can. For some reason, Hulk is still trying to fight, or Bruce Banner.
You're welcome.
So Moon Knight has ultimate ready
My
to go.
Fear breath zone.
So you see right here, he seems to be kind of like scouting the area, right? Trying to see, okay, where's a good opportunity to use my ultimate? And there we go. Now, what I thought was really good about this ultimate is you see, once again, he's scouting the area right here. What he does is he combines his utility, which is just a great way to use it. He throws out the ultimate and then the Ankh right here. So basically, the ultimate is in the front of them. The Ankh is kind of like in the back behind them. And so while they're running away from this, the Ankh is hitting them. They're get hit from multiple angles. And he ends up taking out two of the more squishy characters as a result. And essentially opening up the map for them to push up more. Yep, and while they're running away, he gets another kill by bouncing his crescent darts. So we have a lot of ultimates happening right now. Good on the Luna Snow, keeping them alive. But then they end up getting taken out by a combination of just the blue Moon Knight and the team.
At least I didn't wake up in the crazy house again.
So now we're at overtime.
Hey, team! Enjoy the amplifier! Team, you're ready?
You see Doctor Strange putting in some work with that Rocket Raccoon ult. There we go. That was a right click. And then you can see right here, interestingly enough, he throws the Ankh right at their spawn door. Now, I probably would have put it like maybe to the left or the right just so it's not like immediately visible. But yeah, like he's, you know, essentially, it has like some potential spawn camping or choke potential. Like if somebody's trying to like come back to take a point, throwing that in a spot near where their choke is so they can't see it ideally maybe, and then you can like attack that and it's hitting them from behind, so forth and so on. Apparently I think this thing can also be put on walls, and so like perhaps you could put it above them. Like if there's a shield, for example, you imagine like Magneto or Doctor Strange comes out with a shield, and if it's above them, then you can just like attack that, and then it kind of rains below. All in all, this was a great opportunity to see some Moon Knight gameplay. I enjoyed it a lot, quite thoroughly. Hopefully you all enjoyed this breakdown and analysis. There will be more to come. The game is going to be coming out on the 6th of December. I cannot wait. We have a lot more Marvel Rivals videos in the pipeline, and hopefully, like I said, if you enjoy it, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun things, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.